The International Classification for Disease, which if you're a physician listening to this, you know that this is the ICD-10 code. Sarcopenia is the loss of skeletal muscle mass and function. It's believed to be about 1% per decade after 50 years. I believe that it is higher, and I believe that it starts much earlier. I believe it starts in your 30s if you are inactive, just like heart disease and Alzheimer's. The ICD-10 code for sarcopenia to recognize it as a disease was 2016. Tell me that isn't mind-blowing.
It didn't exist before the last few years.
It wasn't recognized as a disease. And I want to highlight something else, that if you look at the causes of mortality, so the number of deaths for, according to the CDC, you have the top causes of death: heart disease, cancer, accidents, stroke, chronic lower respiratory diseases, diabetes, Alzheimer's, etc. Nowhere on that list will you see loss of skeletal muscle or sarcopenia, as well as obesity. You don't even see that on the list. Skeletal muscle is directly related for all of those that I listed, if not the root cause.
So in some ways, just like Alzheimer's disease is a loss of neurons in certain parts of the brain, the substantia nigra, there's dopaminergic neurons in the brain. Would you characterize a lot of the chronic disease we have as a loss of muscle? And no one is really thinking about it this way. Like we're losing critical things for the body, just like neurons are critical. A brain, we're losing muscle with sarcopenia here.
I would say that when we think about what are the things that actually kill us from a metabolic perspective, the root cause is skeletal muscle. And again, there's many mechanisms, whether is it an insulin resistance? Is it ceramides? Is it a mitochondrial dysfunction? Is it a receptor issue? I mean, there could be a million different, you just Google, causes of, pathology in skeletal muscle. You'll find a million, right? I don't know if anyone has decided on what the overarching factor is. But one thing is for sure, it is the one tissue that you can do something about. An exercised, well-trained skeletal muscle is healthy skeletal muscle. When I think about the hallmarks of aging, I think about protein turnover and proteostasis. And I believe that we are not able to keep up with the lifestyle. So humans are largely domesticated. This is a Western disease. This is not a disease that I believe has to happen, by the way. What I believe is happening is twofold. Our nutrition as we age is totally off base. It starts young, habits start young. We do not keep up with our changing physiology. And the balance between exercise and movement and nutrition changes. When we're younger, again, you could have done bicep curls in college and you probably were eating some Twinkies or something else and you were still able to put on muscle. Let's be frank. Okay. You were able to do all those things, whether you got eczema or psoriasis or whatever it is. You were able to do a lot of things that potentially wouldn't be healthy and you still probably looked great. As individuals age, that wave of youth closes. The capacity to leverage the youthful hormones, to leverage the body's plasticity, while the window never completely closes until it's over, the ability to push hard enough to stimulate that tissue becomes more challenging. I believe that we are under-eating dietary protein. I believe that we are eating too low of a nutrient-dense diet from an iron standpoint, from a B12 standpoint, from all these nutrients that we need. And we are not pushing our bodies hard enough. We are deeply domesticated.